As always, it's 100% cotton t-shirt that's been soaked in soda ash. Yeah, wait a minute. No, it hasn't been. This one is not soaked in soda ash. This one is damp. I went ahead and washed it, as you should with any blank before you start working on it. And then it's been spun out to where it's damp. But that's only really because I don't like to work with dry shirts when I'm folding. So let's go ahead and come up with a design. Since this is going to be painted and not dyed, front and back have a different meaning, because with dye it actually soaks through. There won't be any soak through, so whatever you put on the front is going to stay on the front. I really don't see anything coming out on the back. So what I'm going to do here is actually work with it like this. We're going to do something on the front, then I'm going to add some soda ash, and then we're going to go from there for the back side. So I wasn't really sure what to go with. I had tried a spiral, just some testing, and it doesn't work because there's simply not enough surface area on the top where we can apply the paint-like substance. So really the only option is an accordion fold of some kind. So let's see what we can come up with. Now this is a much smaller shirt than normal. This is an adult small, and it's because I don't want to work on something large when experimenting with this, and I'm going to need to film somebody as a final result so that you can see what it looks like, and my kids are a good model for that. Alright, so let's go ahead and tie something up. So the easiest thing to do for something like this is I think I'm just going to go ahead and, I don't know, do like a diagonal here. That. And then I'm just going to do an accordion fold. Now, since this is a paint, I'm trying to get as much surface area as possible that'll actually be painted. So I'm doing these as pretty narrow. This is about a ½ inch, and it's pretty rare for me to do a fold that small. Alright, so we've got that. And I'm going to go ahead and tie this off. Now, there's no way I'm going to be able to keep all of these in line all the way across. Okay, there is a way I could, but since this is testing for an experimental idea, I don't have the patience to actually fix all these. So I'm going to see where the majority of these stay continuous, or consistent. That's a better word, consistent. Well, let's do it okay. Here we go. That should be one. Here's one. And honestly, we'll go ahead and pull that back up. Alright, let's see how far out we can go. And it looks like out there is pretty safe. So I'm just going to measure this, eyeball it. Looks like I have probably 3½ inches or so I can go, and then tie this off. So I'm going to go ahead and do these at 1½ inch increments. And this is washable marker, but I'm not sure if this is going to work. This we'll hold on to for a second. Alright, let's see if we can go out another 4½ inches, and it looks like this side actually stayed pretty consistent. Alright, cut that off. So we have that. Now, this, I think I'm just going to do a scrunch. I honestly have no idea how that's going to work with this process, but it's all an experiment, right? Alright, one side, and let's do the other. Alright, make sure that the tag is underneath, since that'll be taken care of on the bottom, not the top. And we are good like this. So we're off. Wait, we can't be off to dye. Well, this is different. Yeah, see, I'm not patient enough to let this dry, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. And this is a food dehydrator that I have never used for food. Go ahead and put this in here. I'm going to set it for 140 degrees for 3 hours. Okay, so this is a bit different than any other video I've done. So what I'm going to be using is an airbrush, and this is pretty much one of the cheapest. I'm going to mix up my own colors using Jacquard's airbrush color, and it's a pretty thin medium, and it does dry clear, mostly. And then I have 4 of these magic powders, which we'll discuss when this is all finished. So I need to mix this up. Once I get that mixed up, we'll go ahead and start on this. Alright, so I'm going to call that done. It could probably be coated again, and I could have probably gone with a higher stream to make sure it coated better. But I'm going to go ahead and stick this in a dehydrator to warm it up to about 140 degrees, and let it sit for about 3 hours to make sure this is fully dry again before I go on to the next step. And before there's any concern, the dehydrator that I use is solely used for tie-dye stuff and 3D printing. Alright, for the back side, I'm just going to ice dye with Custom Colors Dark Black. I've dampened the surface just a little bit, and I'll apply the dye, then the soda ash, and then the ice. Alright, I'll let that sit for probably 18 hours or so, and then we'll do the washout. It's been about 18 hours, so time for the washout. Alright, let's take a look. So I'll throw this in the washing machine and then we'll take a look. Alright, this one kind of worked. It's not as much as I was expecting though. I mean, there's some blue, there's some yellow. Oh, and I'm outside obviously. There's some blue up here. There, tiny bit of red or mauve, I'm not sure which one that is. But it's certainly not to the degree that I was expecting based on the little bit of testing that I did. I mean, you can see change, just not to the brightness that I was expecting. So, gonna experiment further on this one.